catch up with Clemson football coming into a situation at Syracuse this week, noon Eastern time game. Before we get to that specific matchup, Jason, this is a team that now only playing 2 ACC games, losing both of them. Duke off to a hot start. That's going to be a tiebreaker. They're going to lose, so they got to get out in front of Duke. It's way too early in the season to play the checkers match of, who needs to beat who to put them in position. They just need to go out and win games, obviously, and hope for the best.
Yeah, I think Dabo Swinney's got a tough road to hoe here. This is a team that was talking about national title coming into the season, getting back to the playoff. We heard player after player bring up national title. They had big aspirations, and now you're sitting at 0-2 in the ACC. Not only is the playoff off the table, your chances of making it to Charlotte lie somewhere between slim and none. I mean, you're not mathematically eliminated, but you're all but eliminated. You're going to have a lot of help while also running the table. It's going to be interesting to see how you keep some of these guys motivated for the rest of the season. There's not a lot left to play for outside of pride. We might find out how prideful some of these guys are here over the next few weeks.
Yeah, 6-2 has to be the final ACC record. Then they got to find 3 teams to beat Duke, and they've got to have Miami lose another game if they win that head-to-head, and North Carolina, and. So there's a lot to weed through right there, but they got to take care of their own business. That starts with Syracuse, which under Dino Babers, despite their struggles and really only having one big season under Dino Babers in 2018 and 10-3, they have been a thorn in the side of this Clemson team, basically year in, year out, as recently as last year in Death Valley with a 2-score lead in the second half.
Yeah, probably not the best week to be going up there, man. Coming off this excruciating loss. And this is what looks like so far a pretty solid Syracuse team. We know they got a good quarterback, Garrett Schrader. There's a bunch of good quarterbacks in this league this year, to be honest, and he's just another one on the list that they've got to play against this year. This is going to be a tough test, a noon kickoff on the road. You got to make sure that Florida State loss doesn't beat you twice. It's going to be interesting to see how they keep those guys motivated up there this week. Dabo Swinney said the day during his weekly presser that he's got a pissed off team right now. That was the word he used. See if they can harness some of that emotion and get this thing turned around.
Schrader at 67%, 6 touchdowns. He has thrown 3 picks, and he leads the team in rushing, which is no unusual thing for him, although they've had Sean Tucker, one of the best backs in the nation the last few years. He's gone and replaced by LaQuint Allen, who's got 5.1 yards per carry and 6 touchdowns. And if you look at what Syracuse has done, they went to Purdue. I'm not going to sell Purdue as some great team, but they're a mid to lower level Big Ten team, and Syracuse wins a game by 15, and they're defeating teams, like a Western Michigan by the kind of scores that really good teams do. They won that game by 41 points. Army usually gives teams difficulty for obvious reasons, but they had a workmanlike effort there. So yeah, this Syracuse team is no joke at 4-0.
The whole league's probably not getting some recognition it's earned. The only conference right now with 6 undefeated teams. That has not, or 6 4-0 teams. That hasn't happened since 2012. The last time it happened was the SEC did it. But this Syracuse team looks to be solid, and like you said a minute ago, they have been known to be a thorn in this Clemson program side over the years for whatever reason. Dino Babers, he usually finds a way to get his teams up for this game, and they are almost always competitive. Clemson usually comes out on the winning end. I think they're 9-2 all time against Syracuse. But man, more often than not, they are nail biters to the very end.
Yeah, they have consistently played Clemson better, you would say, than any team in the league year after year after year. They play them tough. They play them close. It'll do your heart some good Jason, not that my rankings necessarily mean a whole lot, but I've got the ACC number 2 because I actually don't believe in the talk during the preseason. We look at the results on the field, and the ACC has performed.
It has, man. It has been much better than I anticipated coming into the season. Miami was got. I'm still not sold on Miami, but they've been better. If you'd have told me before the season they were going to beat Texas A&M, I'm not sure I was buying it. That's just a game they don't typically win in the last few years. But this league's off to a strong start, despite Clemson's, slow start, which is saying even more because Clemson's kind of carried the league over the past few years. We'll see if it holds up. Looks like so far, 4 weeks in, that there are some solid football teams in this conference.
All right, folks. Check out Jason's work on allclemsontigers.com. Clemson taking on Syracuse, noon Eastern, ABC game. I take it you're not heading up north to the Carrier Dome.
No, 2 games I'm not going to make it to this year. Syracuse is one, Miami's the other one. All the rest, I shall be there.
Very nice.
I need a weekend at home, man.
Yeah, take that. The TV works and all that. So you see the game on and you see all the replays, and hey, why not? Absolutely. All right, Jason, appreciate you stopping by, breaking things down for us.
Anytime, man.